The heavens are telling of the glory of God. Look up and seek His wisdom from above.
Is there a God? Some people don't believe there is, but it's still a good question. What if there is no God? Well, that's a good question too. But if there isn't a God, then why do so many people believe there is a God? I bring that up because some people believe that proves that there is a God. Well, if no one believed, it still wouldn't change the truth on the subject. The existence of God isn't up for a vote. And even if it were, He's not going away. Some psychologists and sociologists will tell you that humans invented God because they needed a God. They feared the world around them, and they needed a superhero to save them when everything got out of control. Well, I agree that there are times when humans invent heroes to rescue them. Look at the superhero craze that consumes the television and movie industry. But does that really prove there is no God? Kind of reminds me of an Andy Griffith episode where Andy and Barney thought Opie invented an imaginary friend to explain things away. They learned that just because children do invent imaginary friends, that didn't mean Opie's seemingly impossible Mr. McBeevy was also imaginary. In fact, he turned out to be a telephone lineman working out in the woods. In truth, we cannot prove there is no God until we are able to be in all places in the universe at once and do so in every dimension of possible existence. Humans cannot do that. Therefore, it is impossible for any human to prove there is no God. Well, can I prove that there is a God? Not in the sense of a scientific laboratory demonstration. You see, God exists in a spiritual realm above our capability of reaching. How do you test that? All we can do is determine whether it is more reasonable to believe in God than to disbelieve or to doubt. Now, many are led to believe that all reasonable scientists are atheists. Naturally, atheists and the pop media get to decide what is and is not reasonable. Actually, there are many scientists with master's degrees and PhDs who believe that we were created by intelligent design. Biochemists, physicists, astronomers, meteorologists, geologists, etc., etc. They believe that the earth was created by intelligent design. Now, this series isn't going to be exhaustive, but it is especially designed for the individual who's asking the question, is there a God? And he's wondering in particular whether the Bible is his word. I'm actually producing these videos on evidences to supplement a series of videos on how to understand the Bible. Perhaps that's how you actually got to this series, by jumping from that one. So if you believe in God and the Bible as His Word, then you're welcome to jump ahead to that series. I've placed a link up here in the upper right corner for you to jump to the first lesson in those studies. However, if you aren't sure, if you have a shadow of a doubt, then I would invite you to finish this series and find some good books on the subject. I've placed a few titles in the description below. They're all older books for a reason. If you're like me, you like a bargain. And older books are pretty easy to buy cheaply from secondhand online retailers. Now, allow me to remind you to subscribe if you want to be notified as these videos become available. And with all of that said, open your mind and come ask this question with me. Is there a God?